Hi, I'm Kara Warburton, and I'm creating a very short video to show you how concept relations are handled in TermWeb. So what you see now is a small database done by one of my students who was interested in sports. It is multilingual, as you can see, and I'm just going to click on something here. Let's see now, maybe catcher. And I got to find one that has, here's a graph here. So this is entry on bowler, who's a type of player in certain sports. I'm not sure which one. I have to look a little bit more. But anyways, oh, this is for the cricket. This one doesn't have a definition, this entry, but it's for the game of cricket. Let me find a better one, though, because I think this student showed a graph. Let's see about this one. Let's see now. No, this is still with cricket. He showed a much deeper graph with another sport. So let me see if I can find it. How about kicker? Here we go. Okay. So, okay, we're getting to somewhere now with this is a little bit more comprehensive graph here. So this graph shows the generic, several types of relations. This one with the arrow pointing down is a generic relation, or superordinate and subordinate. So we have the entry for player, and there are various types of players: kickers, wide receiver, wing back, tight end, linebacker, running back, halfback, quarterback, and fullback. This is for the sport of football, I believe. So these are the generic relations. And then from the kicker, you can see there's lines without the arrows. Those are associative relations. Let's try to get over here, and you can move through the graph. As you can see, I'm moving through the graph, but it's not changing that much because I had to find something with more relations. So this is the wide receiver and the offensive unit. Now it's getting a little bit more complicated, but there are the offensive unit has a partitive relation with various members of this offensive unit. So that's showing this is the arrow. It's not an arrow, it's a diamond shape you can see here. That's a partitive relation. So you have the associative relations that have no endpoints. It's just a line. You have the generic relations, which show an arrow, and you have the partitive relations, which show a diamond. Unfortunately, the graphs tend to be a little bit small like this, and you can't make them much bigger. It's one of the features I'd like to see TermWeb change, but nevertheless, they do work quite well, as you can see. You can navigate through the graphs and find different relations. See now? Here we go. See. So different relations here. Now I'll show you how to make relations now that you've seen how the graph looks. Let's see now. Okay. I'll just pick an entry here, which does not have any relation to any entry. Official scorer is somebody who works in the field of baseball. You can see by the domain here, it's a baseball person who is involved in the game of baseball. So maybe there's a entry for baseball. I'm not sure if there is. Let's see. Baseball. There isn't one, but I can create one, and then we can make a relation. So I will create a entry for baseball right now. So I'll close this one and create a new entry. And I will put it into the add a term here, baseball. And then save it. Maybe I can just give it a part of speech. It's a noun. And I'll just save that. And then I will go up at the concept level, because right now I was at the term level when I added the term. You can see the levels here in these boxes. So I'll go to the concept level and see if I can add a domain. There's a domain there, so I'll pick that and save that, and save this. Actually, perhaps while I'm here, I can add the relation because the relations are done at the concept level. So I think it was to the official scorer that I was looking for, who is a person who works in the field of baseball. So there are various choices here to decide which type of relation you want: generic, partitive, temporal, spatial, or associative. Perhaps I'll choose associative because it's not exactly a partitive or generic relation. So I will pick now official and just type that. Official scorer comes up, and choose it and click done. And now I will save it. So now there will be a graph showing an associative relation between baseball and official scorer. Now, while I am here, maybe I could do, let's try just creating a temporal relation. Let's see now. Let's create the entry for inning. So I will, because inning is something that happens in baseball, I think. So I'll create inning, and we'll create it. Oh, there is one already. Okay, let's close that. So let's see what inning looks like. And maybe we can make a temporal relation, because that's not something I do very often. So I don't know exactly how it looks in the graph. So here is inning in field of baseball. So let's create the temporal relation with baseball. So I'll just open the concept level again, add a relation, and choose temporal this time. And it's got after, before, or concurrent. Let's call it concurrent because the inning occurs during baseball. And I'll just type baseball here. See what baseball. There it is. And click done. And click save now. And now we should see the graph showing, oh, it's got a curly line. That's interesting. I never noticed that before. So let's show this. And it's got a, on the left, you can see the curly line, which indicates that it's temporal. It's still using the generic style of arrow, I think, unless the generic one might be without it being colored. Let me try that. Let's just create a entry for game and see if the generic, there is game already. Okay, so let's just go to baseball and create a generic relation and see if the arrow ending is different for temporal, because I'm not really sure about that. So let's do that and create a generic relation upwards to game. So we'll try add relation and generic superordinate to game. And there it is. And click, where'd it go? Game. Oops. Okay. For some reason I'm not clicking it. There it is. Click done and save. And now we'll see how the graph looks. Ah, yes, it is a different kind of arrow. So the generic relation uses an arrow that has a white background, and the temporal relation uses an arrow that has a black, and it's smaller, it looks like. So there are different graphical representations of these different relations. So I hope that helps you to understand that TermWeb does offer relational possibilities to create relations between entries. And I might also mention here, since in your email you seemed to not be entirely sure about the concept orientation structure of TermWeb, I can assure you that it is fully concept oriented. Perhaps I can give you an example of that. There's an acronym here. If it's concept oriented, it should show the acronym and the full form in the same entry, which it does, as you can see. This is concept ID 183. So it's one concept entry, and this is a term ID 183.10, 183.2, and so on. So yeah, it does handle concept orientation very well. I'm not sure if there's other synonyms in here that I can show you. Field goal is FG, but here's a different one. This is interesting, a googly. This is a term from cricket, and you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 English terms with a Bengali term. I don't know where that came from. That's interesting. And it's using an uppercase, which seems to be because of the context sentence that it was used like that. So yeah, so this is the synonym arrangement in a concept-oriented entry. So thank you for watching. I hope this clarifies how TermWeb works. It's a very good terminology management system, and I think it should be recognized in our descriptions of different products that, we should recognize those products that deserve, to be acknowledged for their development of concept orientation and term concept relations. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Hope it's nice weather where you are, and bye for now.